Hey guys, we're back for episode 3. It's been a few days, pretty long weekend. Well, not literally a long weekend, but it feels like it was long. Out at Kmart and Crooked on Friday, not much else after that. I did actually start recording another episode in the weekend, but it was pretty dusty. But yeah, I think I only got about half an hour in, and you didn't miss much. I think I basically started working on this, like, I don't know, what do you call it? Distorted, square, jungly bass thing. Yeah. Whole bunch of sweet vacuole. So we're going to try fit this in somewhere. Or maybe doom. I thought maybe an idea of having it kind of like flam with the snares could be kind of cool. We'll see. Half the time when I think things are going to sound good and I try them in the real world, they don't. Which is basically like a lot of music production in a nutshell. I really want to be one of those producers who actually can hear something in like in their head and then sit down and execute basically exactly what they thought of, and it sounds good. I think that's the kind of stuff you just have to get with like practice, right? That's the skill. Instead of, you know, if you practice guitar or piano, the skill is actually knowing kind of what works. Yeah, rather than having to do a lot of trial and error like I do. That one's a bit delayed. It's like, you know. Slightly later. Down. I don't know there. This is very much by ear. Down. We just kind of want it really, what's the word? Just following the groove and not doing like something independent. Kind of really boring in the first half, and then in the second half is where it should hopefully get spicy. Boom. Might change these notes around. Maybe another one there. Oh no, that's when our big old wang starts. Maybe it could be not a screechy thing, but kind of like an anti-screech thing. So it's sort of like not even that high one, but less of that and more of that. Like, go for more the weird, quiet angle rather than the rude, screechy siren angle. Maybe. That feels a bit too sudden there if we're doing that though. That's off. So it would need to be slightly more rude. Oh, that's right. It's being sent by this. Just disable the sends for now. Okay, it's noise maybe. Hit the docks. Hit the docks. Alright. Hit the docks. That's kind of cooked. Whoa. That's just, the distortion is just tearing into that. I don't know. Sometimes it's doing that poppy sound. Let's just table through some more noises. That's great. Actually, I think that scratchy sound is because I have the buffer set too low. What am I doing? Not that. This buffer size. I've messed around with this for so long, and I still wouldn't be able to exactly explain what this does. But I know if you've got more simultaneous plugins and tracks running, you need to set this higher. But then you, as a trade-off, have greater latency. So if I were to try play some, I don't know, like a live MIDI instrument or virtual instrument with it set as high as it'll go, there'll be like a lot of delay between me hitting the keys and hearing the sound, which makes it harder for live tracking. But it allows for greater, I don't know, CPU usage or something. Hopefully someone will correct me in the comments if anyone ever watches this. That's why I'm really doing this series. So I can say a bunch of wrong stuff and then people can come and be my like involuntary teachers. Okay. Sounds like almost ASMR-y. See, that needs to come before all the distortion. I can act on it. And then go way down. Less. That. Less. Less of you. I feel this might need some weird reverb or something. Maybe some saturator, like a little bit in the background. What's this doing? Oh yeah, filtering. Suppose I might not need to send it to the group track if I'm only using one of it. But I might change my mind and go back to using both, so. Very indecisive. Well, I haven't already used Fat Curator, so Stick it on the pile. Saturator. Not that much. Man, even with like the tiniest amount, that sounds way overkill. Nah, that distortion is rank, mate. It's always coming back around to sound good again. I kind of like the weird, it's almost just like volume modulation from that distortion. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, well, if we just send it back to the reverbs it was going to previously. Boom. Yeah, I might need to re-solo. Portal, that was acting more like a delay. Verb val bass. So, going into U? I think so. There's two sources. Two sources. What was the other sources? Verb val bass. Inserts. Huh. Nah, I think Supermassive is possibly too much. The title could have given that away. I'll just get rid of that one for the time being. Be nice and dry. Let's pick a different one. Perfect. In case I pick a one I haven't used in a while and it crashes my computer. Just save. Effect. Reverbs. Reverbs. Okay. I think this one is just a trial version. Reverb, bass, big. Yeah. Melda do offer a bunch of really awesome free stuff, but I don't think this is one of it. Oh, the turbo verb. I was watching a Ben Jordan video about that the other day, which looks insane. Definitely on the wish list at some point. Shout out Ben Jordan. Well, something else. Was the Ubic? No, was it Oob? An ambience processor. Alright, what did I call it again? Big. Huh. I've sent one verb to the other verb, so I wasn't paying attention. This was the one. Big. Why can't I hear it? And it's coming through. Right, that one's not sending anything. Yeah, maybe I just need to muck around with it a bit. That sounds pretty ridiculous. Longer. Set what we want is to compress it sidechainly. Bam, bam. The peak. No automatic makeup. Activate. Hello. Okay, it's still going. Send this into that. So basically, anytime the original sound is playing, it turns the reverb down. Oldest trick in the book, mate. You can kind of visually see what that's doing. And then hopefully hear it as well. But maybe ease up on the ratio a bit so you can kind of still hear the reverb a bit when it's the source sound is playing. And we'll get rid of the... This needs to go outside of that. Mute. Cool. Now I can mute the vocals and the sample vocals, not my vocals. Nah, that's too off time. It would need to be like there. That's too much reverb. I need some like thickening. Could try this trick. Free. Maybe that needs to come at the very end. So that's going into a group track. It's making the distortion do weird things after it. No, we don't. We want to get rid of the... I don't know what this other line is for. What are you doing? What the bloody hell's going on, man? We just need to add some pizzazz to the reverb itself. Maybe a filter first so I can see what's happening. Yeah, get rid of you. I don't like bass frequencies in the reverb. You can make this like super spicy with some kind of high frequency booster. I got a few of those. What's it called again? Revive? No, that was the one that it was inside of a bunch of other stuff. What was the name of the pack? Dang it. Well, the name of the company anyway. Maybe if I just scroll through it, something will re-jog my memory. I have to Google it. VST. Slate. I think that was the company because I remember it was free. Slate. Virtual mix rack. That's the freaking guy. You have to get like the whole thing just so I can get the one free plugin I want to use. And it's like 2 gigs. I don't like it when people do that. Or maybe they just hope that like if you see all the other ones, like you'll just get sucked in and be like, oh, these look new and shiny. I'll buy the whole pack. They do look pretty cool. I mean, if I could justify it, I probably would just buy every single plugin ever. Do you need them though? Or is it you need a few and then the rest not so much? I know this is getting into some more philosophical gear acquisition syndrome discussions here. Yeah, that's right. We're going to just add some shimmer to this reverb and see what that sounds like. Oh. I can't really notice anything. Probably doesn't help the fact that I'm doing this all on a laptop that's struggling. Well, semi-struggling. The laptop's pretty good. It was good 5 years ago. So there's a constant kind of whir in the background behind my headphones. Consequently, it makes it slightly tricky to make out finer details on whatever frequencies are near the fan whir that the laptop makes. Yeah, I need to invest in a desktop at some point. But I just had a car stolen and bought airplane tickets, so I don't think it's too high up on the priority list. You know, unless these videos get, for some reason, 100 million views, and then I'll invest all the money into better audio gear. The circle of life. Audio life, anyway. What if I did something ridiculously dumb for a reverb and added a just on the high band? You could definitely notice it more now. What if I put it before? Possibly it's too mid-rangey. Or it's just overall not weird enough. And it's bugging me. These feel out of sync now. Maybe it's because one of them's got a reverb tail and the other one doesn't. See what this sounds like. Also, it needs to be real sidechained. So maybe we should set that up now. To the kicks and the snares. Hopefully this template. Okay. I'll usually have two different sidechains. There'll be a sidechain specifically for the sub bass to get that very lockstep with the kick drum. And then we can probably chuck all the other sidechains for every other bass in their own group, which can be this one. Shaperbox 3. Okay, cool. Now, I assume any producer peeps watching this will know what sidechaining is. Back in the day, it was done via a compressor like I was doing on that reverb channel. But nowadays, you've got tools like Shaperbox where you can get a lot more surgical. So, what we want to do with this track, I'll bring it to the top so it's closer to the kick and the snares so I can see. Actually, I'll literally put it up near the kicks and snares so I can draw. Go on the lower half, please. Thank you. So essentially what we're going to do is draw a MIDI event for every time there's a kick or a snare. So there. And then rather than the actual audio itself triggering the sidechain, which can be, fluctuate and stuff, this will just be a pure on-off MIDI signal, which will then trigger a shape that we will define in Shaperbox. I don't think it actually matters what note you send. It's just any note. And I don't think the length matters either, because the length is tied to the shape you draw as well. And then you set whether it's like a quarter or an eighth or whatever you want. Shilling for Cable Guy's Shaperbox. No, honestly, that plugin fucking rules. I use it on everything. It's very the volume one just is amazing for controlling things in a way that they loop back around predictably. So you can kind of see them aligning it up there. Dum. We need one there. Under down. Not there. Cool. No. I think it actually loops there now. Yeah, I reckon it does. I think it's just feeling out of place because, it's not sidechained whatsoever. But we're about to fix that. Gear back down here and towards the bottom of the basses. Yeah. Okay. Next to our sidechain, which goes into the basses group on the whole, which is where all the basses get summed together. Okay, that should be going into here. Boom. Fickin' sidechain basses in it. And then the group, not the acoustic palm said. Chuck that in the sidechain. Sidechain the reverbs as well. Sidechain freaking everything. That's how you're able to hear the kick and snare with such clarity on basically every single drum bass song. Everything bows before them. Sidechain bass. Although actually, for effect sends and delays and reverbs, they might have like a shorter envelope thing to make it less obvious when there's a hit. So that's just like a quick duck and then the drum hit. Otherwise, you'll notice it when your reverb echo just drops out for not even that long amount of time. Okay, so that was that one, the joint. Cool. Ultimately these as well, but I want to not sidechain them while I still edit them. See what's coming through there now. You can kind of hear that effect working already, probably. Yep. Because it's set to something quite obvious. Which I kind of probably want, to be honest. See what it sounds like with the drums, crucially. See what it sounds like with everything. I think that one's still too mid-rangey. The whole thing's just too loud. That's the problem. That's too quiet. Maybe wait, I'm like an octave higher or something. That's pretty rude. Getting into jump uppy territory. Just check I'm still recording. Fuck, I forgot to set the default save place for this video to not my C drive. And it's like definitely running out of space. Hopefully this works. Do like a major third. Fifth? Fifth but down. I kind of like this weird separation in that how one's kind of like screechy and high, the other one's low. It, to me, it's a bit more interesting. if there's a lot. It's probably because I chucked the frickin' OTT on the reverb, which is probably like a cardinal sin in producing. Right. That might just be the portal. Yeah. Whoops. I think it is. I think the portal goes on too long. That first one needs to be like a ring. Maybe if I trick it into doing portamento by like chucking it real short, way lower note down here. Like that. A bit earlier. Down. It needs to be even more like draggy and feel like it's gonna fall apart. Down. Yeah, that's definitely strangling the life out of it. Let's dial that back. Stereo turbo? Sure. No. Maybe a little. I feel like there's too many different things like that are disparate right next to each other. It feels like a fucking musical data painting or something. I don't know if I like it. Huh. No. Maybe not change notes. I'll just get rid of this altogether. If I did that an octave down, I feel like I won't be able to do that. Huh. Kind of. If it was like just writing the same note so that it didn't feel as busy, maybe. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing. Down, down. Maybe we'll just draw it. Something like, if it's not easily pitch identical, like that is like very obviously a pitch. So you want something that's kind of like murky and just indistinguishable to give it like contrast. Like just something weird. Kind of almost like that. It's so silly. It's almost cool again. See, I'll have to... That's like a... I don't know what I'm going to do with the sub, because generally F, E flat, this is kind of where your cutoff point is. Too much lower than that, and then possibly even giant club speakers will start to struggle if you're down there too long. And this is this is like fucking 22 hertz or something ridiculous. We'll have to like add some upper harmonics and then move the sub up an octave. But then like repeat that. How do I make this like that? It's easier to drag in place, but it might not sound as good. And that comes in like one after the snare. I think it'll be there. So I think I've put it one too high, have I? Yeah. Should just do that sub on the second half. We're on 51 minutes. It's late. We can start that next time. Or maybe I'll just make the track, then not get too stuck in, because I want to get a decently early night. I have to render the video down and stuff. Sorry, went to a momentary fugue state there. Okay. We want a serum. I've got like here's one I made earlier, preset for what I use for subs. Although actually I should update it because I've tweaked a bunch of shit about it. Sure, serum sub 22. That gives you an idea of how old the preset is. For example, I don't really use that much anymore. Kind of sometimes a little bit of this. Pro, maybe not. Hard to say. Usually if it's going to be pro, it'll be pro. And then that goes off usually. I shouldn't get too sucked into this. I'll just make the MIDI clip ready for next time for our response part of the call response. So we'll go boom. That's slightly early. Hopefully we can do that. And then just like right in the quarters or eighths on the sub. So when it fully kicks in. These are quite redonk. That's piercing. I can fix that up later. Alright. To be continued yet again on episode 4. Peace out, guys.